Welcome to the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. This is your time of the day to learn a little bit about the law while you enjoy your lunch. We at Scaringi Law have been practicing family law since the inception of this firm. Our 15 attorneys have over 200 years of combined legal experience. We handle family law cases in all 6 of our offices throughout South Central Pennsylvania. A relatively new development in child custody law is grandparents' rights. We handle many grandparents' rights cases every day, representing both grandparents and the parents of the subject children. I want to bring your attention to a Pennsylvania Superior Court decision decided on March 27th of this year. In this case, the Pennsylvania Superior Court upheld the constitutionality of a particular section of Pennsylvania's Grandparents' Rights Act. In this case, the children's mother passed away. The children's maternal grandparents then sued the father of the children for partial physical custody of their grandchildren. The York County Trial Court awarded maternal grandparents partial physical custody of the child every other Saturday in additional time on holidays and during the summer months. The father appealed. The father claimed, among other things, that the court was awarding maternal grandparents partial custody of his child and that violated his right to due process of law guaranteed by the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and guaranteed by the Pennsylvania Constitution. In short, parents have a fundamental right to raise their children, and the father argued this custody order interfered in that right. The particular section of the statute father challenged is this: where the parent of the child is deceased, a parent or grandparent of the deceased parent may file an action for partial physical or supervised physical custody. So this section confers automatic standing upon the parents of a deceased parent to sue for the custody of their grandchildren. It does not mean they will be awarded custody. It means they have the right to sue for it. Now, father contended this section, as applied, violates his due process rights to raise his child without governmental interference. The Superior Court disagreed. The court ruled the state has a long-standing interest in protecting the health and emotional welfare of children and promoting their well-being, and that this interest is compelling. It referred to the state's parents patriae interest that allowed infringements on parental rights where the welfare of the children is at stake. The court stated, applying these principles to this case, we start with the proposition that the protection of the welfare of children, including ensuring that children of deceased parents are not deprived of beneficial relationships with their grandparents, that's a compelling state interest, so said the court. It observed there is a policy interest in permitting continued contact with grandparents. The court stated it refused to close our minds to the possibility that in some instances a court may overturn even the decision of a fit parent to exclude a grandparent from a grandchild's life, especially where the grandparent's child is deceased and the grandparent relationship is long-standing and significant to the grandchild. And that's exactly what the court did here. So even if you are a fit parent, even if you're an incredible, fantastic parent, if the other parent of your child dies, that parent's parents, the grandparents, typically your in-laws, can sue you for partial physical custody of your children. And if there's a long-standing and significant relationship between them and your child, the court will likely award them custody and you'll be co-parenting with your in-laws. That should be fun. Well, that's all the time we have today for the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. I hope you learned a little bit about child custody law and grandparents' rights. Thanks for listening and enjoy your lunch.